My name is Cyril, and you're welcome to my YouTube channel, The Cloud Journey HQ. And if you're just joining, please do out to smash the subscribe button, and also you could also like and share this video. For those of you that also want to go into cloud computing and you want to get started, but you don't have any idea of how to get started, this is the right channel for you. All right, so let me dive into today's topic for today. Today, I'm going to just share us a very real quick introduction of how you could get started when it comes to certification for Microsoft. So I actually started my journey for Microsoft last year or last 2 years, but however, I was able to secure some vouchers from the challenges for Ignite, for Build, and some other virtual events. All right, so I'm going to share my journey on how I was able to scale up from the first certificate, which is 1 star, to the next certificate, which is 2 star. Then lastly, the last certificate, which I just got, which is DevOps Expert, which is 3 star certificate. So all these are like journey for you to go into cloud when you use Microsoft Azure. So before we go further, I would just like to give us a disclaimer. You don't really get this certificate just only by watching YouTube videos, right? You still have so many things to do when it comes to studies, when it comes to practicals, when it even comes to using the exam topics or exam dumps, for example, right? You don't just have like one way to this achievement. So there are so many things you need to do. So basically for AZ900, it's quite simple, so you don't really need to do much. All you basically need to do is to probably go through the Learn from Microsoft document. Then once you go through them, you try some of the exam prep and maybe some videos and you're good. But if you want to do something more like a 2 star certificate, that's like maybe AZ104, which is the Azure Administrator, I feel you need some practical knowledge because Azure 104 is a bit complex, so you need to really get your hands dirty so you could build something, right? So what AZ104, which is Azure Fundamental upgrade, which is the one that has to do with Azure Administrator, you need to really get so many technical knowledge for you to go into this exam field, because I really wrote that exam several times, so a couple of times before I was able to understand some of the basics. And you also need to practicalize some events when it comes to app service, when it comes to networking, when it comes to using storage account, backup and recovery. These are like very big topics that you need to digest a lot. And one very important thing I would like to say, because I feel this is one important thing that a lot of people downplay, you also need to practice exam questions, not just once, but severally. So when I mean severally, you actually practice the exam questions often and often. So doing that, you're going to then understand some of the topics that you are finding it less engaging, then you get to study them often and upskill yourself for the exam. So for my own self, I was able to practice the exam so many times before I actually wrote it. So it kind of helped me a lot because I was able to digest some of the topics that I feel like I'm lagging behind, and I was able to then do small revisions on those topics. So I would also give us that tip that is very important. And I can also share some of the resources that you may want to use for you to scale up if you want to write the 104 or you want to do the fundamentals. I will drop the link in the description box. So you could actually ask, or you could check the description box. I'm going to drop the links on the resources that you may need for you to go into this exam. So you really need to digest these topics a lot. And you also need to go hands-on, like it is for 104. Now, the other one I wrote, which is the DevOps Expert. It's a 3 star certificate, but then it's crazy, right? So you need to really dedicate more time into this. So I actually spent close to like a month because I was working. So when I get home, I try to like do a 2 hour session. So I get to study like in 2 hours interval to like digest some of these topics. Then also I get to also do some practicals because I understand that some of the questions I see, I don't really have idea about them. For example, Scrum, for example, Agile, for example, all those terminologies that they use for project management. I was able to understand those things for DevOps. Then also I understand how you could actually build pipelines, how you could use open white source for you to prevent, for just for cybersecurity issues on your code. All those CI/CD terminologies, I need to understand them. So then I was able to like get some practical knowledge before I actually wrote this exam. So it's a bit engaging for me, and for some reasons I was also able to scale up the exams, and it was a success story in the end. So yeah, so for those of you that also want to go into this, I'm very ready to share some resources. So, but then don't be shy to ask questions. You can drop it in the comment section. I'll be very glad to answer that. And feel free to share this video, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'll be very glad to dish out more information so now you can get started into Azure field. And that's it. So see you guys in the next video. I'm going to be talking more about other things that will also help us out to scale up and also get more vouchers even in the upcoming build by Microsoft. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.